Welcome to another edition of Dizzarian Plays Everquest 2 TLE Time Lock Expansion. Yes, I know it's been a little bit since my last episode. It's just because I've been doing a lot of other videos, I've been busy, and also it's just I've been grinding out these last few levels. And I'm still only level 33, so it's been a little bit of a drag, and so I just haven't felt like putting any of that on air. But I just got level 33 a little bit ago and thought I would go ahead and move over to Zek the Orchish Waste um, and start doing some of the quests there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on our quest here that we have for that is in our range. You can see all these are level 30 and 31 now. When we first came here, we were level 30, so we didn't pursue these. Instead, we went to the Enchanted Lands, and I kind of rode around in the Enchanted Lands in a previous videos, and so I thought I'd kind of do the same with this episode. Also, in this episode, I want to talk about some of the changes or some of the recent updates from Daybreak. We have the vote on the TLE server, we got the Prism server, we got the server consolidation. So there's several things we can talk about. And I thought I would take this opportunity while I was kind of questing around in Zek the Orchish Waste to do that. So first, though, we're going to go out here and look. There's just quest mobs already. You can see I haven't even stepped outside this gates because I'm getting updates. So we're going to go ahead and just start killing some of these guys. I'm running in DPS mode right now because I'm not really killing heroic mobs. Even though they say they're heroic, it just means they're linked. And I just want to go a little bit faster than I was whenever I was in Split Paw. Those Split Paw videos were a little long, I thought. I'm glad we did them. I did them on camera for you, but boy, they wore me out. I think that's part of the problem. It's been a little while since I've logged in EQ2 as well, just because those were tiring, I think. Yeah, so I think first up, we're going to go ahead and talk about the server bug. I'm going to kill this guy here. Alright. Another page quest thing like we had in the Enchanted Lands. So let me move away from that guy. And open the wolf. So we can see this happened last week, so I know I'm a little behind on this. This post was made earlier. I think it was made on Thursday instead of Friday. Like, the vote didn't actually end until Friday, but Holly went ahead and posted an update that said that both servers, the PvP and the PvE server, both voted no by, as she put it, 2/3 for the PvP server, death toll. The 2/3 requirements was not met by a long shot. And then on the PvE server, which I'm playing on, the 2/3 request was not met by an even longer shot. In fact, it was so far away that no one wanted it, that it didn't matter that it was posted on Thursday. That was statistically impossible to even change the vote. So it looks like we're going to be in vanilla Everquest 2 for another month. And you already, if you've been watching these videos, you already know that my opinion on this, that I think that's a great idea. At least another month. I'm going slowly, and I know I'm a filthy casual, but it just doesn't feel quite right to me to pop into Desert of Flame immediately. I know on the forums, if you look at that post, and I'll put those down below, that way they're easy to find, that a lot of people really, the forum guys did not like that. And those are the ones that rushed up to level 50, and they're not interested in this content. They want to keep moving. I understand that. You know, a lot of you have played through this content 100 times, and but to me, that's not the purpose of these servers. If you want to go play Desert of Flame, you can play Desert of Flame. There's nothing preventing anyone from playing any of the expansions right now. We have, if you're on the server, you're a paying subscriber, and I'm sure you got many people, characters on these other servers, so you can go and play those. For here, this is more about the experience to me, and about finding groups in this content. Right? We have on camera here, I already had several groups of this lower level content, and you know, I want to keep doing that. I think if we open Desert Flame, a lot of that's going to go away. You know, like especially the content I haven't got to yet. So if we think about it, the level 50 dungeons, you know, the stuff in Lava Storm, Speak Like a Dragon and all of that, if we already opened up Desert of Flame, those dungeons are going to no longer be looking for groups. They're just not going to have the people who are at those levels ready to move on. So I think it was a good move. Next one, I could understand people being mad on the next vote. You know, like I said, I think probably 2 months at this is going to be good, and I think that they should go back to their original plan where they said, you know, you have to be level 30 and above to vote on the next expansion. I think that would be good. Also, one more comment. Holly, if you're watching this, please don't give us this. Give us actual percentages. You don't have to give us the actual numbers. Let us know your subscription numbers or any of that kind of stuff. But please, just say 95% or 85 or whatever it may be. Give us an actual percentage. It'll dramatically cut down on a lot of the arguments. Because people will see. I mean, yeah, they may call us all filthy casuals and all that kind of stuff, but that's okay. That's much better than everybody guessing at what actually happened. And I said that before the vote. Please be open. Please be transparent and show us the percentages. It's only going to help us. Thought I heard my dog barking when I go out. Guess not. Alright, let's kill 3 more orcs to advance this quest, and then we'll turn in a couple and go on. It's funny, I've been in the Enchanted Lands and I'm already a little sick of it. It's so much different than a lot of these other zones, right? It's green and kind of cherry, and these zones are a little more dreary, like when we came from. A little more dreary, like when we came from Nectar's Forest. But honestly, I'm kind of glad to be back killing grunts and orcs. It just feels right, better than killing bears over and over again, or wasp and badgers. Like, it's just already a little tired of that. Of course, I'll get tired of killing the orcs, and then I'll go back and forth, and I guess that's the reason there's 2 zones. They definitely have that right, with a lot of content going back and forth. Oh, that's right, we gotta kill 10 of these guys. And I do have all of my spells upgraded and stuff. I'm not noobing it up like I usually do. I actually have my spells upgraded. I actually have food running. I mean, I went back and I did things right. I pulled out the totems in case we need invisibility from a friend of the channel who sent me that. Appreciate it. Got the health potions over here if we need them. So it's all going. I would like to get up to 40. I would like to get to the next zones, you know, that way that I am prepared for when the expansion, you know, for the next vote. I think it's going to be a good time to go forward, so I want to get to 50 before the next expansion, or the next vote. Good grief, at the end of September. So let's turn these in. Hammer.
Hello.
I got a new cloak. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Your orc basking skills are quite welcome here in the Orcish Waste. The Green Hoods can make use of such talent. Check back with me later, and I'll see if there may be greater tasks for you in the Orcish Waste. Check back.
Salutations.
Now, we could really use your help. With most of our scouts having been dispatched to the far ends of the island, we have been trying to perform a reconnaissance of a number of the nearby locations, but we haven't had the numbers to spare. Give me the details, and I will go do it. Alright. We have another quest we can turn in. Oh, that's right, he's up here. For the meandering augur. Those orcs fouled these seeds. They have no respect for life, and they are unwilling to learn. But you, my child, have great potential. The second meaning of life flows through the first. Respect the nature, restoring it where you can. Are you willing to travel to learn this, child? How far? You must obtain new seeds to replace the ones the orcs ruined. We need you to travel to the Thundering Steeps. Please seek out... Oh, screw you. I'm not doing that. Okay. I don't feel like going back to the Thundering Steps and gathering shrubs. We're in the Orcish Waste. We're not going to do that. So did I put it down in my Thundering Steps area? No, it still wants me to do it. Alright, well, I'm not doing that. Just I feel like doing that. The autonomy. Lots of running around. I get it. Not for sure which. We're boots drawer. So let's go over here and kill some of these guys. As we're doing that, we can go ahead and talk about the next item on my list, which is the server consolidations. And I'm sure everybody has an interest in this, even if you're not on the TLE server. Well, especially if you're not on the TLE server. You know, they're not merging; they're consolidating. So some of the lower population servers are going to get consolidated into new servers, right? So that's actually pretty good. I like this plan better than merging. It says, how is the server consolidation different than a server merger of the past? We're not merging one server's data into another. A consolidation means all characters from designated origin servers are moved onto a new server. So, like, my characters are on Unrest, and I'm pretty sure Unrest is one of the ones getting consolidated, although they haven't specified which ones yet, I don't think. But it only makes sense that Unrest would be one of them. It's a population server. I'm actually glad about this, and I know I'm always in the minority opinion here, or at least compared to the forums, I'm in the minority. Unrest is kind of a ghost town, and it'd be very nice to have my guild and my, all of my higher level characters. It would be very nice to have them, a lot more players in the character. It'll be better for the economy, all of it. So I think this is all a win. I know people are concerned about their names, especially those on there's, I think, 2 new servers at one time, and they kind of lagged behind in the way that they said that the server names or your character names, the way that they were going to decide who gets it if there was a conflict. was basically who's been around the longest, and then by the last time that they logged in. So I'm not sure exactly what the calculation is there, which one takes precedence, or if there's a tie, you know, like who was the last one logged in. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but everybody gets a renaming potion. Right, that's what they said, that everyone gets a renaming potion. Let me back away here and look at this again. I think we'll be able to rename if others have the same name. In the event of duplicate names during the consolidation, priority will be given to characters who logged into the game within the past 60 days. Okay, so it's if you logged in first, that's the priority. If multiple characters have logged in the past 60 days, then the character which was created first will retain their names. Okay, so if you logged in the last 60 days, so you might want to do that with your characters that you're worried about their names. I'm going to have to do that. Then if there's a tie, then it'll be whoever has the oldest character. That seems as reasonable as it can be. Each player, that is auto renamed this way will get a rename potion to change their names. So it's not everybody, but if you run into this, you'll get a renaming potion. That way you can name it something that you would like. And that sucks whenever you lose a name like that. Some people have a very common name, and so it's not so easy. It's just, you know, we play on this is an old game. We play on a very old game. So old that we can have a time lock expansion server where they have a progression server where they unlock the expansions as we go. So this is to be expected. You know, they just can't maintain these servers, especially now since Daybreak has taken over. I'm sure they're looking ways to cut cost and, you know, clean up operations. So this is one of those ways that they can do that. You know, and it adds more time, you know, to supporting this game, then the better. We never ever want to see an MMO get shut down. I've played on several that have been shut down. Some that didn't deserve to be shut down. I would have much rather seen some of the games get bought up and reopened than just disappear, you know, and that could happen to any of these. You know, Funcom is going through some struggles, and one of the worst things that would happen is they shut down the Secret World or even Age of Conan. You know, like I know there's people that just love that game, and they have a right to play that game as long as they can. So if this is what Daybreak needs to do, then it's what they need to do. And like I said, if it increases population on Unrest, for me, that's great. I'd like to see that. It also, in the update, they said that we will be getting character transfers for free. We'll get, if you don't like this new consolidated server and you want to move over to Antonia Bell, I guess, which is probably the most populated server, then yeah, you can do that, and that's really good as well. I think that's a win for all of us. I think my guild will be staying on Unrest. My regular server guild will be staying on Unrest. Did I just bite off more than I can chew here with these guys? Let's do Master Strike on this guy. Trying to pay attention a little bit. I actually messed up a little bit. Just was talking too much. Oh my gosh, don't die. Don't die. Here, let me use this. Oh, that might be just enough to get me through. Yeah. So, uh, that's great. That was great. All right, let's go over here and heal. And we'll talk about the final item. Although the final item, I don't think affects any of us, probably. But there is now a prison server, and this is I can't think of another game that's done this, so this is very interesting. Um, so they're basically saying we are so busy, we don't even want to really deal with these troublemakers, right? Like there's some people who bought too much and they're gold spammers or whatever they may be, and instead of dealing with bans and all this other thing, like we're just going to toss them over onto another server. They're going to set up a new server and they're just going to toss them over and let them do the crazy crap that they like to do. Um, it says that their game masters have been requesting this for a long time. Like they're tired of dealing with the bans and stuff, and it's probably because the policy is like if you're caught doing such and such, then you get a 30-day ban, and then they have to manage that, and then they come back, and then those guys are problems again, and they always, like they never stop being a problem, and instead they're just opening up a new server and say, okay, go do your evil stuff, evil, uh, and we won't have to mess with it. Now, I hear on the forums when I was reading through this, I saw a lot of people complaining, oh, well, they're going to really spend the resources to open up a new server, and instead of actually doing bug fixes or whatever it may be. And let me tell you from my experience, I am a software developer, and the way this works in the modern age, it's not like we're getting our hands dirty and we're going and buying hardware and everything else. Usually I call somebody on the phone and I say, hey, I need another server spun up. How much is it going to cost? Okay, thank you. And that's it. That took me 3 seconds. And that's the way modern computing works. Because there is, I'm not for sure how Daybreak is handling it, but I have a very strong suspicion that they have somebody else managing their servers, that they don't have in-house people doing it, because nobody does that anymore. They may be even virtual servers, right? They may not even be like hardware, actual hardware. They may be all virtualized. And if that's the case, then they could like spin it up in an hour. Like you could literally be playing on a new server probably within an hour if they have the things set up right. Now, Everquest 2 is old, so that may not be the case, and it may actually take a lot of resources. But I just have a feeling, especially with the way that they've thrown up a TLE server, they're going to throw up a couple of consolidation servers. They're throwing up a prison server. Like, it must be very easy for them to put up a server. It's not taking resources away from your regular development. It's just not. At least not that part. The actual merging of the data, yeah, that's going to take time. Because there's going to be conflicts, and you have to have your processes in hand and ready to go on that. But as far as just putting up a server, and we already know they have the ability to transfer players to other servers, right? We have potions. We can buy them in the store, transfer players. So that code's already there, right? They're not doing it by hand, I hope. So I just don't see the problems. That seems like a win. It gets rid of these people off the server, lets the game masters do more of the good stuff that they do for us, and yeah. So that's my take on the prison server. So much news in Everquest these days. And that's all good. That means the server, that they're actually working on things and not neglecting a game. How I wish I was still strong. Okay. Oh, we popped off a few quests here really quickly. Only got a bubble or two, though. It's still a really long grind. Yeah, looks like there's a new quest. There's a couple of new quests here. Ooh, there's the Angry Augur. So you arrived at last. I wondered when you would seek my enlightenment on the meaning of life, you wretched parasite. That's not very welcoming. Did you just say something intelligent? Spare my sulking look. I knew you'd find me no matter where I hid from you. Do you know what an augur is? Do you know how miserable you make our existence, constantly clamoring to know the meaning of life? Is there an echo in here? Echo, echo, hello? Yes, you imbecile, the meaning of life. We augurs spend our entire life searching for the meanings, and when we find them, we're supposed to share them with the likes of you. Okay? Listen, you sorry excuse for a living and breathing creature. I spent my entire life pursuing this information, and I'm not wasting those years on every idiot who waltzes along and asks for it. Follow in my footsteps, and maybe you'll learn something. Here's a list of some places I've been. See if you can figure it out for yourself. That's what I said, didn't I? In every place I've been, I've learned something about life, whether it's how to run faster than whatever's chasing me or finding a place away from the nosy adventures. After you go to these locations, if you survive, you might as well come back to gloat. I'll be back then. Kind of like that guy. That's funny. Alright, we got another quest up in here. Let's check it out. Well, not there. Maybe he's down below. Ah, Wrath Adrian.
Another fighter entering the fray? No. You're a seeker of the unknown. An explorer like me.
Wow.
The Shattered Lands are ripe for exploration. I've no interest in these lands. But the flow of frozen waters reaches far on these war-torn shores. My interests rest in the origin of these chilling waters. Imagine the treasures yet to be uncovered.
Man, his voice is always just like right there, being mad. I doubt one old frail man could navigate the seas alone.
Ah, yes, my best days are behind me. My brittle bones could never endure the trek to release the secrets of the frozen sea, the fanged sea. But your days are only beginning. Perhaps you're interested in joining an expedition to the northern seas into the unknown.
Sure. Ooh. Oh, so this is kind of like my entry quest into the...
you have warmed an old scholar's heart.
Everfrost.
I long to rediscover the frozen realms before I pass on. You must seek out the knowledge of Fiddy Bobic, the legendary Rivervalian boat builder. He foresaw the seas of the future, and only his charts can lead us safely through the icy fanged sea and towards the wonders beyond.
All right, then I'll begin my search there. And he's in the Enchanted Lands, and I think he's even like in the Rivervale. So that's for another time when we are higher level. All right, so here we are. We're around 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and call that an episode. So I know I just kind of prattled on about all of the stuff that's going on with Everquest 2. If you like that kind of discussion, I'll keep doing it. So let me know if you like that. And if you made it this far, please give me a like and subscribe. I really appreciate all of the views, all the comments. You guys messaging me in game and sending me stuff. You guys are wonderful. I really appreciate it. I mean that a lot. So till next time, bye.